Hello everyone. In this tutorial we'll be looking at importing our objective-based gradebook into the report card at the end of term. We're going to start by clicking on our Language Arts gradebook. Once in the gradebook we want to take a look at something, and that is this, which is our current reporting window. It happens to be Progress 4, and the date, which is all important here, is 4/1/15. We look at that because any assignments that are going to import into that progress reporting window have to fall on or before that date, yet inside of the date of the previous term, which was term 3. So if I scroll along our assignments, we can see all of these fall on that term 3 date. Those wouldn't import to progress 4. When I get over to here, I can see that I have these 4 assignments that all have the date of the progress window. So those 4 assignments are the ones that would import. Further on, there are a few assignments that are outside of or after that date. If there were scores in here, they would not import either. So it has to be on or before the reporting window date. So since our dates are good, we're going to back out to the home screen. Once here, we're going to go through the steps in order to import this Language Arts gradebook. We go to the View Maintain menu, the Teacher menu, and then here, typically for a gradebook, it's grading end of term. But for the objective-based gradebook, it's important that you go to Curriculum Student Marks. Once here, you're going to see your gradebooks that are available. We were looking at Language Arts before, so we're going to click the Edit pencil. And we can see that we have grades from Term 2, Progress 3, and Term 3, but we are wanting to import Progress 4. You will notice the all-important Import from Gradebook to Progress 4 button right here. And so we're going to select that, and we'll hit OK. Once the import's complete, we can see we have now imported some objective scores from our gradebook. However, the issue is, in this case, we have a lot of blanks down below. The reason being, these were the only objectives that had been scored within that grading window in our gradebook. So they're the only ones that imported. In our progress report, we're going to want to have these scored as well. Well, there's a quick workaround for this. Let me show you where to go. We'll click inside the Progress 4 column here for this first student. I'm going to click Actions, and then this top choice is Copy each student mark from the prior term. So this will take everything from term 3 and move it over to Progress 4. Now I have a score for every kid for everything. However, it's the exact same score from the previous term. In our import, we might have had some different scores. For example, over here, I look at this student. We have a 1 and a couple of 2s in a row here. So once we've done our action and copied each from prior term, now we're going to import again. And it says your marks may be overwritten, which is okay. We want that to happen. Once the import is complete, we can see that all of the scores have remained that we had moved over from term 3 to progress 4. However, if I go back to the student I pointed out earlier, we can see that some of the scores have increased as reflected in the gradebook. So those assignments showed an improvement in the student's scores here and here, yet all the other scores after the import were left alone. And that'll be the same for all of the kids as I scroll across. Anything that increased for them would be reflected after the import, yet it leaves all of the scores alone that had just been moved over. So once again, a possible workflow for you when you're ready to import grades would be first to select the column you're importing to, choose Actions, copy each student mark from the prior term, and then once all of those are in, then go to your Import button and import your current grade cycle scores over the top of the previous to make any necessary changes. I'm going to back out now to our home screen, and we're going to try this same process with the mathematics gradebook. So we'll go through the steps. View Maintain, Teacher menu, Curriculum Student Marks. For mathematics, we'll hit the pencil to edit, and then we can click our Import from Gradebook button which should be right here, and it's not, which can be a problem. This will not appear if we don't have any assignments that are eligible for import in our gradebook. So let's go back to this mathematics gradebook and take a look. If I go to math and enter the gradebook, remember our date is 4/1, so it has to be on or before that, yet it can't be in term three's window, so it has to be after 3/6. Yet as I scroll along the assignments, you can see the dates on all of them are within term three's grading window. So what we need to do here is make sure that our assignments fall within the window. I know that it is these three assignments, the ACV assignments, that technically were in my progress window. So I'm going to edit those. And the easiest way to do that is going to be right here. This is the Edit Properties of All Assignments button. And I can see I have my three ACV assignments that I want to change my date into the window. I need to click Edit first. And then instead of having the wrong date, we'll do 4/1/15. If I Control C, copy it, then I can just Control V, paste it into the others, hit done, and now they are in the gradebook ready to import. So let's go through the steps again for math. View maintain, teacher menu, curriculum student marks. Click on the math edit button, and you can see our import button is available. Once again, since there are only 4 assignments, if I import, I'm only going to hit a couple of objectives that have been scored in those 4 assignments. Click inside progress 4 so it knows where I'm copying to. Copy from prior term. All of my scores move over. Now I'll go ahead and import from the gradebook. It will overwrite some scores, and that's okay. It's what I want it to do. And then my scores have been imported. I'll show you one other quick feature in this view. We can see that there are a couple of things that haven't been scored possibly, but maybe there's a case where you need to be able to put a score in quickly for everybody in this view. For example, maybe I want to put my X. So we're not yet assessing this particular objective, but I want to make that go to every student, so I can click Actions and mark all students with selected cell. Now every kid at progress 4 for this particular objective gets an X. So if I were to scroll along, you could see that every student has been given that mark. Okay, well I think that covers what you need for importing your grades from your gradebook. I'll hit done and done. And that same process would work for each and every one of your gradebooks. Hope that helped.